Hello.
Hello. Guys, we're like 30 minutes deep into our podcast. Mm-hmm. And by 30 minutes, I really mean like about 14 or 15 a minute. Oh, it was 28.
Yeah.
All right. So 30 minutes into our podcast, and we realized that my microphone was off. Look, we're learning, still learning clearly.
Yes.
We need to get our shit together. But that brings me to the theme of today's podcast, being in your 20s. Will we ever get our shit together? We don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not. And it's okay, but we're here to talk about it. I'm your host, Diana.
I'm Leah.
And this is our podcast. Do you know what I mean? Guys, how are you? How is everything? Leave it down in the comments below. Let us know. So, all right, let's start off the podcast with a question. Actually, a little background. So, me and Leah both are in our mid-20s, 24, turning 25 this year. Thank you. Happy birthday, happy New Year, happy Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Just kidding. We don't talk about that day. But yeah, that's all the background really that I wanted to do.
Yeah,
we're in our mid-20s.
Mid-20s, which is crazy to say. And I don't feel old until someone younger than me tells me their age.
Yeah, I know. I still feel pretty young. I still feel pretty young. I feel like
I feel... What?
Don't cut me off. No, you go.
No, I was just going to say, like, someone was, like, telling me that they were 19, and I was like, oh, yeah, like, that's, like, 2 years younger than me in my head. And then I was like, no, that is, like, whoa.
Yeah, like, I don't feel old. I feel like I won't feel old until I'm, like, when I'm, like, 45 or 50, that's when I'll be like, okay, so we're here.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I agree with that.
And then I'll get a little...
like middle-aged.
Yeah. That's when it's gonna... Yeah. Anyway, so... All right. So, let's start off with our first question. Are you satisfied with how you're living life right now? Did you expect to be living the life that you're living now? What would your childhood version of yourself think of you now being in your 20s?
I think that she would say, what the fuck happened?
What the freak?
Literally, probably only because I did go to college, not doing anything related to college, which is fine, to be honest. And that took me a long time to come to terms with, that I'm not doing anything with my degree, because I think a lot of people aren't doing anything with their degrees. And if you are, like, props to you, but I'm not. And I don't want to feel bad that I'm not. So I'm going to say that everyone else is feeling the same way, just to make myself feel better. But I am satisfied for now. I think that for me, being in my 20s means a lot of, like, ups and downs, a lot of, like, moodiness. And for now, I am satisfied with where I'm at, just absolutely vibing.
Yes.
For you?
For me, again, yeah, a lot of ups and downs. I think if my childhood me saw 24-year-old me, I think she would be really happy and excited because,
I love that.
Yeah, I think because in a sense, I feel like there's a lot of ways that I kind of grew into myself and I'm, like, happy about the way that I grew into myself. Again, a lot of ups and downs, but for the most part, really content with it. I mean, I feel like when I was younger, I was, my confidence was just, like, not there. I think I'd be really happy with the fact that I continued to live a life that's focused around the arts and, like, around doing fun, stupid shit like the podcast. The podcast isn't stupid shit, but I mean, a lot of people would look at it and be like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'd be like, I don't fucking know. Neither do you. Stop lying to yourself. Have fun. Make a podcast. Make a YouTube. A TikTok.
Yeah, YouTube. TikToks.
So I think I'd be content with myself. I I feel like I'm living kind of the life that I've always wanted to live, but would love to live it on a more elevated scale. So basically,
Yeah.
I want to be rich, and we'll get there one day. But right now is not the time.
I hear that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would say that I am satisfied with life, like how life is going now. Um, and I really can't picture it any other way other than being famous. But,
She's like,
yeah, I
other
don't
than
think,
my whole life changing.
yeah, I don't think I could picture it any other way. A little bit of background because Leo was talking about college. I kind of wanted to talk about my like how I was like navigated the beginning of my 20s, because it can be different for everyone. So Leo went to school. I did not continue school, and it wasn't a big deal, but it was a big deal for me to not be going, to choose to not go to college just because my parents are immigrants, and coming to this country there was a lot of stress. I feel like subconscious stress. Even if they didn't say it, they never like really forced us to go. I have two other siblings, and they both tried to do the school after high school. It just didn't work out. But with me, I felt like there was a lot of stress because I was a very good student all throughout school. I tried so hard to just like honor roll A's and B's all the time. And it got to a point where it was like junior year when you're like applying to schools and visiting schools, where I was just like, I don't think I could do this. Like ever, I cannot sit in another classroom for like another 4 years. Like I can't do this. So, I decided to just not go. And it was honestly a decision that I do not regret. I feel like I'm one of the very few people, at that time who was looking at everyone else like, how are you guys doing this right now? Like, also, I think a big part that played into it was the fact that like I knew that my family and myself, just as a human being, like there was no way I was gonna come up with the money to go to school. There was no way my mom had extra money like that to go to school. So I was like, if I'm serious about something, like I'm gonna do it, right? But I was just like, this is just like not worth spending time and money on because I'm not even sure about it. And sometimes I do think to myself like, if I knew that I had the financial support to go to school, would I still have gone? I actually think about that a lot.
Ooh, what do you think?
I don't know. I really don't know. Because I think at the end of the day, I feel like I'm the kind of person where I feel like if I really want something, like I'm gonna do it. Might take me some time, but I'm gonna do it. And I think that it just wasn't. I was so burnt out. That sounds so funny, but I was burnt out. It's not funny
that makes
because
sense.
we're in the schooling system since we're like 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Up until whenever, yeah. But I felt so burnt out by junior year that I was like, I literally can't do this. But yeah, I don't regret it. I ended up traveling like right after high school. I like worked just to travel. I ended up moving away to Boston. I like got like a fun little job, and every decision that I had made led me up to this point. And I don't regret any of it. But I do feel like a big theme in your 20s is, in your early 20s, I don't know, is like your early 20s I feel like is so dictated by other people. And then when you're out of school, or like even now where I'm like almost 25, I've known this the whole time, but I feel like just now it's really starting to hit me where I'm like, I really need to just live for myself. Like nothing matters. Nothing matters.
I just now I'm thinking like that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like you have to really just do whatever you want. No one else knows what they're doing. This pandemic really did, I feel like, show everyone like nobody knows what they're doing. Like we're literally just trying to survive.
No. And I think that it really showed kind of like segueing off a little bit, but like I've always heard people, maybe because I went to college, but like not only just like family, but just like people in general use the term like, when you get a real job.
Yeah.
And I feel like I absolutely hate that. Like, I'm putting air quotes for people who are listening because I just don't, like, there is no fake job. Like, I feel like when people are referring to, oh, when are you going to get a real job? It's like when you're doing jobs that are real jobs, and during the, like, pandemic, they were the most important jobs, you know, like retail, food service, like all the jobs that people kind of like look down on.
Yeah.
And it just bothers me because I feel like a lot of people, or maybe it's just me, whatever, but like in my 20s now, I'm working jobs like that, and they're really hard. Like, you know, whatever.
Leah's a waitress, by the way. I don't think that you mentioned that in this part. But
I did the last time.
Yeah, so she's speaking from experience. She's not just like randomly saying this, but you work as a waitress and you've had experiences with family members or whatever, real people. I don't know if I just called them all out, but
no, just like
cut
people
that out.
who are just like, you know what? No, don't cut that out. Don't cut that out. Just people who are just like, you know, you have a college degree. Like, when are you gonna get a real job? And it's like, I'm literally working a real job, mate. Like, Rob, I don't know what you mean.
I was dying. Leah called me and was talking about this with me, and you were like, yeah, I'm just going to go to my fake job and fake clock in. Like, fake punch into my fake job. Like,
I'm going
what
to
the
fake
fuck?
clock in right now.
Right.
I make fake money, actually. But, like, it's just weird how we put so much emphasis on, like, these jobs are for people in their, like, teenage years or their 20s until you get a real job. And it's like, what does that even mean? Like, people just are, like... I just hate that shit. And I think that people in their 20s, or at least me, not right now, but earlier in my 20s, I kind of like went along with that mindset. Like, I need to find a real job, which is like a really shitty mindset to be in, because it's like, you are working a real job at the moment.
But it's all you know. When people are telling you that, and when you, especially the stress of going to school and getting that degree and then being like, fuck, I need to figure out how the fuck that's going to all work out because I just spent like 4 years of my life doing that shit. Yeah. And then
it's
Like,
weird. It's a weird experience.
Yeah.
But it's fine, because I feel like as long as you're doing something that you like, or that you know, I don't know. I just feel like just do what you want at this point. Yeah. Like, who cares anymore? Yeah. Just care about, like, yourself and your, like, main people and, like, being happy, and that's it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I would say, and I actually told, I feel like I gave a lot of unsolicited advice when I decided to not go to college. And, like, I had friends who were younger than me, like, a couple years younger than me. So they were starting to go through the whole, like, application process of blah, blah, blah. And I was like, honestly, guys, like... Because at that point, I had kind of seen, like, I had started experiencing my life being set free from, like, the schooling system. Not saying that school is bad. I don't think college is bad. I think it's, like, a good experience to meet new people, have the college experience, whatever that means. But there's also such, like, there's this, like, freedom and, like, beauty and, like, not going to college and kind of... just speaking from my experience and really being able to mold the way that I wanted my life to be, because we're so young. Like, if you're watching this and you're in high school, which I don't know who the fuck watches our podcast, but thank you for watching if you are watching. But if you're younger and you're thinking about it, like, I don't know. I feel like if I were to have kids, I'd be like, don't be like rash about your decisions. Is that how you use that word, rash?
Yeah.
To not be like, like, really, like, I always make it such a point with my niece to, like, really to, like, always get her excited about the things that she loves to do, and to always push her to be like, you can be anything you want to be. Because fuck people who said, when I was younger, I knew that I wanted to be some kind of entertainer, some kind of comedian ass, actress ass, all the things. But at the time and growing up, there was that was not considered a real job. So I feel like those parts of myself, I mean, I always stayed true to it. Like, throughout middle school and high school, I'd always take electives where it was, like, all about art, drawing, clay, even, like, drama class, which was traumatizing for me. But Glee Club, I was in Glee Club. But
oh my god, bitch.
But those parts of myself were, like, often kind of pushed down and kind of like, okay, well,
Repressed,
that's
yeah.
like that's like a fun hobby, but like you need to figure out what you're gonna do with life. But I'm like, okay, but like I
But
don't
that's
know.
what's weird. That is a real job too. Like real in
Yeah.
quotation marks. But
Yeah.
it's strange to me that people are like, oh, because I used to think the same thing as you. Like I think I always harbored this like secret, like in the not secret. I mean, I don't know. In the back of my mind, like I wanted to do like plays or like I don't know. I used to like watch Saturday Night Live and be like, I want to do that. But like
Yeah.
people would be like, that's not a real job, or they'd be like, that's too hard of a job. And really, I'm sitting out here right now, like every job is hard to get. So
Yeah.
what, like,
Literally
nothing matters.
No, it literally doesn't. And like nowadays, to see like TikTokers, YouTubers, podcasters, like people making money off of things that aren't like
Yeah.
aren't like conventional jobs, whatever, that are just so
Yeah.
fucking random. Like you could just be an Instagram model and like make thousands
Really?
of dollars just like by having like a sponsor. Like it's just so like if like I just wish and I hope that people who are just turning 20, you know, just getting out of high school, whatever, if you come across this video or this podcast, if you're listening to it on Spotify, Anchor, to like really, like I can't stress it enough, but you really have to just do whatever it is that you enjoy. And if that
I
means
know.
that you have to go to college, like if you want to be a doctor and you obviously
Yeah,
have to
go.
you have to obviously go to school for that, go, like do that.
Yeah.
But do it because
do
you
what
want to
you
do
wanna
it.
do.
Yeah. Do what you want to do.
But that's what's really shitty though too is, and like I'm not trying to like blame all of our parents at all, but like kind of, but just like society in general, maybe, and maybe it's that generation, I don't know, but I hope that our generation raising children will be more, well, I feel like our generation is more like empathetic anyway, like
Yeah.
very, I don't know if that has to do with social media, but I feel like our generation, if we do like raise all these children, that they will. I just feel like, or maybe just me personally, like I would make sure that they knew like whatever they wanted to do, like
Yeah.
you can try to do that because
Yep.
nothing is real. Like
No, yeah, I feel like it has to do with just generations of people too, because like if you think about our parents and their generation, it's like that's all they know. Like you go to school, you get a good job, and that's that.
yeah.
Now it's like you can literally go viral and like do whatever you want to do and make money doing whatever it is that you want to do.
Literally.
So yeah, that's like so interesting how that kind of has changed. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, it kind
It's
of like blew
you know
up
what I
because
mean?
I feel like
Yeah.
when I was, and you too, when we were in high school or even middle school, like doing something like that, like acting or comedy or anything, it was seen as something that was like too far to like
Yeah.
reach at. But now, probably because of social media, it seems like it's something attainable
Yeah.
now. But yeah.
I'll still ask this because I asked in the last one, but you kind of touched on it a little bit. Did you feel like you were meant to do something? Like, did you have childhood dreams of being something? What was it? And do you feel like do you feel like you've kind of, well, actually, yeah, I'll
Okay.
follow up, but that's my question.
Okay. So when I was younger, like elementary school, middle school, I wanted to like be on TV. I think just because I like TV. Like
You're a natural. You're natural.
I'm a natural babe. I just wanted to. I think I said that a few minutes ago, or maybe
Yeah.
it was in the last one. I don't know. But like, I would watch like stuff, and I wanted to do like plays and stuff like that. But I didn't have, well, number one, the confidence, but probably because I was being told that that's not real. So when I was in high school, I was like, I feel like I just have to say I want to do something just because.
Yeah.
And I watched Grey's Anatomy all the time, and I was like, I want to be a doctor. And so I told people that I didn't want to be a doctor, though. I wanted to be a doctor on TV.
Right. Right.
Like, come on, hire me on the TV. But I didn't want to be a doctor. And obviously, I'm not a doctor right now. So
Right.
let's talk about
Yeah.
that. But anyways, you?
Um, yes. So I I I don't even want to share the story because I feel like it's not gonna be as funny as the first time. But long story short, when I was like 4 or 5 years old, I had my first encounter with Miss Ellen DeGeneres. And that moment, she was doing some stand-up special. I don't fucking know. I
On
don't
the
know what
TV.
her
She didn't
on the
see her in
TV.
person.
Oh yeah, not in real. No, 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 no. I was living in a hotel room with like my 5 other family members. Would not have been able to afford that. So
Oh my God.
literally, no. So yeah, it was on the TV, and I was like outside playing tag, and I came in for a snack, and I was like mesmerized by who I thought was a boy, but it was Ellen. And I was like, why? I don't understand. Like, you're not funny, and that's fine. I don't understand any of your jokes, but I love that people love you. And so that was the first moment that I ever had where I guess introduced to the idea of like you can be an entertainer. Like that was
Yeah.
a thing. And I'll remember that moment forever. But yeah, no,
That's
I could literally never do stand up because I'm like too shy to like talk in front of like a crowd of people. But yeah, I mean, but beyond that, I feel like I've always been such a jokester. I've always wanted to do something with entertainment, something with the arts. Right now, for a job, I never said what I'm doing right now. So I work at a coffee shop, but what I like enjoy to do, actually enjoy to do, is I'm also a photographer, and that, you know, it's funny saying that because I think younger me would be really proud of myself. I don't think I ever knew that I wanted, because when I was younger, it was never a thing where I was like, I want to be a photographer. I know that that's what I want to do. But it was probably like in my early 20s when I started taking photos, and like a good friend of mine, Jaleesa, if you're watching, love you.
Oh, shout out.
Big shout out. She was going to school for photography for something, but she was also a photographer and like producer, whatever. And I was like, oh, I take photos, and I showed her some of my photos. She was like, dude, you need to start charging people for these. And I was like, no, I don't know. Like, it's just like something that I like to do. Like, I mean, I've always been into the arts. I've always been into like, I took actually a photography class or like some kind of something about photography in middle school, and it was like so much fun. But yeah, but so after that moment happened, I had a bunch of other little moments like that happen where people are like, what are you doing? Like, you need to start like charging people, or like, why don't you like do like photography? And I was like,
Yeah.
well, I don't know, I'm not a photographer. Like, because you hear the word photographer and you're just like, I at the time was so startled by that, and so like I could never be that. Like, I don't know, to me it sounded like, I don't know, people like telling
very
me, yeah, like you can,
professional?
like you can be like a music artist, like you can go, you know, yeah, like an
Oh, yeah,
actor.
yeah.
It, to me, photographer was kind of in that same like, I can't do that.
Realm.
Yeah, I was like, I
Yeah.
can't. But I started working at this one specific place, and I started taking photos for them, and they like started paying me, and then from there it just kind of like rolled into this like ball where like now I have I'm choking on my spit. I have like a couple like couple 2 to 3 like consistent clients, and like it's not a lot, but I will say
It's something.
I will say though, yeah, it wasn't until like a year to like 2 years ago, that I decided to start taking it seriously. And the moment I did, and the moment I trusted myself and was like, you love this, just go for it. Because the worst that could happen is that you fail, and that's it. Find something else. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, or the worst that happens is if you
Ooh.
don't do it, you regret it. So I was like, I have to do it. I have to do it. And so now I'm like, I mean, I consider myself a photographer. I get paid for my photos. I do all the things. But you don't even have to be getting paid to be a photographer. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say. But, like,
No, we know what you're saying.
Basically,
I get
guys,
it.
just do what you like, because I feel like a lot of times too we like I did this a lot after high school, and even now I find myself doing this, but I'm starting to kind of let go of it. But I question myself a lot, and I'm like, can I really do this thing? I don't know. We're gonna die one day. And
Yeah.
while you're free now, you're probably, if you're watching this and if you're single and you don't have kids, you're not tied down. Live your fucking life, dude. Like, literally live your life.
For
because,
real.
Because I just, yeah.
And I feel like that's what your 20s is about too. Just like realizing that, like realizing like you could be doing anything right now. Like, don't be. I feel like I'm getting less like, not scared, but I feel like I want to do things more for myself when I want to do them. Maybe it's for being selfish, but not selfish in a negative way, but in a positive way.
Yeah, I think it's good to be selfish.
You know?
That's
Yeah.
such like a negative connotation. But
Yeah.
And I feel, sometimes I'm like, I don't know, I'm being selfish. But it's good to be selfish sometimes.
Yeah, it is. Everyone's in such a different place in their 20s. Like, you can be 24 and married. You can have, like, children. Or you could just be, like, doing... I mean, I'm not doing either of those things. So I just think it's weird how people can be at such different places.
Absolutely.
And sometimes I put a lot of, like, stress on myself because I'm not... And I think that has to do with social media. But just, like, looking at different
Someone
people...
fucking told me, so, dude, it's getting... What am I saying right now? That Doja Cat's 24 years old. Or 25.
So is Meg the Stallion. See, but... And then stuff like that, I'm like, the fuck am I doing?
Literally, what the fuck are we doing?
But-
Wasting our time here.
Do you know what? They went for it.
They really went for it.
They went for it.
They're talented.
And
But that's
great.
like talent, though. Like, they have, like...
Yeah, that's talent.
See, if I was
Like,
born
you
with
have-
talent, it
that's
would
different.
be a whole different story. Oh my god, if I was like
Literally.
if I didn't have stage fright, bitch, I'd be on the fucking stage right now doing stand-up comedy. No, I wouldn't. I don't think I would. I don't know if I'd be good at that. I actually tried to like write my own stand-up once, and I was like, absolutely not. This is not it. But no, it's...
I've never tried it.
Oh yeah, no, I've like tried it.
should.
I've tried it like once, and I was like, no, this is not good, and I was like embarrassed for myself. I was like, we can't do this ever again. But no, it's crazy to me that people like Doja Cat are literally like 24. No, social media is insane. I'll see people my age, even especially people younger than me on TikTok mostly, just making bank, and I'm like, all right, I'll be here with my Subaru Outback, sitting on my floor, talking on this
Literally.
little podcast thing, and I'm content. So you know what? It's fine. Stay
Can we also talk about
humble.
how a big part of your 20s is crying in your car?
Oh yeah.
Like, let's talk about that. Is that for everyone, or is that just me? I'm
Is
sorry.
that just
like,
us, or let us know? I have had so
me
many
know.
scream cries in my car. Like, grab the wheel, I'm like, ah, and I'm just like crying, full on
Literally.
screaming. Yeah.
Like, no, there was one point where I was driving and I was crying, and I was like, I can't even fucking see the road right now, actually. I should probably
Oh my god.
pull to somewhere else.
Yes, those are the best though. That's when I have my revelations.
Oh my God.
I'm like, guys,
That's when I have a revelation, and then I go to Starbucks.
yes.
That's another part of your 20s.
Yes.
People are like, you're spending too much at Starbucks. Yeah, I am.
And
Do you have a problem with
right,
that?
mind your business.
Literally.
I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Mind your
Mind your
business.
fucking business. Oh my god.
Literally, I have to reward myself after I had a good cry in the car.
Right? Absolutely.
Jesus.
And then go to Target, buy a few knickknacks, paddywhacks, whatever. Give a dog a bone.
Max.
It's just, it's what we need, it's what we deserve. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Your 20s are emotional. I feel like your 20s are like your opportunity to be the child, not even the child, but like, Leah, we were talking about this, or well, this is something I realized, is like, we do kind of revert back to childlike behaviors, like when you leave
Yes.
when you're on your own, whatever. And I think it has a big part to do with not ever being allowed to like do what you want to do.
Express
yourself. Yeah, express yourself.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, but seriously, we never really get the chance to express ourselves. So I feel like
No, because we are all like sheep in school. We're like, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Every morning.
Right.
Every morning.
Right.
Salute.
Salute.
Literally, like, that's all we did. We were brainwashed.
We're literally brainwashed.
Yeah, we were.
This is going to be titled, like,
We're
Conspiracy Theories.
I know. We have to put a trigger warning. Like, fuck.
The third eye, Illuminati.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I feel like I find myself a lot... Actually, you know, yeah. My 20s, early 20s, like, even now, and I foresee it happening even more in the future, but kind of thinking to myself, like, am I being, like, crazy right now? Like, am I being childish right now? But, like, it's like, well, maybe a little bit, but, like, also, whatever, you know? I don't know.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like a toddler, to be honest. Like, I'm in my terrible twos right now. Like,
I'm in my terrible two size. Hi, can I get this in a size 5T? Thank you.
Yeah. Literally, though, that's how I feel. I'm like, I'll be crying one minute over, like, fucking nothing.
Right.
And then I'll be like, anyways, I'm about to go buy a coloring book.
Right.
So.
I'm screaming. You're so
See ya.
funny. See ya. You're so
Bye.
funny.
It's weird, though. We revert back to childlike things, I think, because we have so much free
What
time.
if this is just us and everyone's just watching and they're like, no, these bitches
Everyone's
are manic.
like, we have to get to our accounting job at fucking 7:00. So if you could wrap this
Right.
up. Like, Jesus.
Oh my, they're showing this
Sorry.
video to their office,
Yeah.
in the
They're
break
like,
room.
Look at this. They're at the water cooler. They're like, these bitches are coloring.
Right.
Can you believe
Oh
it?
my god. Well, whatever. I'm happier than you are.
Crazy. Yeah, I know. You keep working that corporate
Right.
job, baby. Ooh, I want to ask something.
Okay, yeah, please go shoot.
Do you look for the same things in like friendships and people that you did before your like the fuck? Let me redo. Cut. Action. I hate myself. That's what being in your 20s is about.
Making mistakes.
I hate myself.
Oh,
Making mistakes. Do you see this? Do you see this hair color? Mistake.
I'm
okay.
dead. No, it looks good. It's like a little bit of strawberry blonde.
It's a little bit of golden. It's a little
bit golden turmeric latte.
It's literally turmeric. It's turmeric.
It's turmeric.
So
Right.
whatever. It's turmeric and a penny color. That's what it is, actually.
Right.
But anyways, back to my question. What do you look for in people you notice now that you're in your mid-20s? Like compared to other ages, like, you know, say you're like 19, 17, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you're an idiot. When I was younger, I was just
Yes.
I feel like in high school, again, black sheep, I felt like I floated through high school. I felt like I was like, do people not notice they're going through phases? Like, this is so weird. I always felt like I was like floating, and I was just like, you guys are stupid,
Yeah,
kind of.
I
With
talked about that with you.
in like the most respectful way possible. Joe, we're stupid. But no, I was just like,
Stupid.
right. But I was stupid. So, I mean, now kind of, you know, being in my mid-20s, for me, relationships and friendships, I always look for something that, like, I can't have a friendship that doesn't actually mean something to me. Like, does that make sense? Like, if there's no spark, if there is no passion, if there is no genuine connection, we can't be friends. I can't waste my time with it.
Yeah.
I either get along with you or I don't. Like, I hate to say it, I'm sorry, but it's just like, I feel like before I was just kind of maybe trying to be liked by everyone when I was younger, I could say that, and trying to just be friends with maybe as many people.
Everyone.
Yeah, just like always worrying about being liked. But now I'm like, I don't really care. I just like want to have people in my life that are genuine and that I can trust.
Yes.
And that are that I can learn things from. So that's my answer. What is your answer?
I feel the same as you. I think that I have always been the type, especially when I started college, to like read people's vibes. And if I felt like they were off, I didn't feel like pursuing, or I didn't feel like I had to fake an interaction, which a lot of friends, not a lot of friends, actually one friend in particular, I won't be naming names, we're not friends anymore, but would call me out for it, like, you know, because I am sociable. Like, if I like you, I'll be sociable with you. You know what I
Yep.
mean? But if I don't really vibe with you, I'm not going to put on this, like, fake. I'll be nice. I'm not rude. Maybe some people think I am. But, like, I'm just not going to enjoy
Yeah.
it. And if that's not my problem, really, actually. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
yeah.
So I feel like now I'm just, like, very... I just want to talk to people who can have deep conversations.
Same.
Who, yeah, like I hate this surface level, like, BS that is very high school. You know what I mean? And I can't deal with that anymore. Maybe it's because it just feels so fake. It just feels like, what are we talking about?
As I get older, I lose patience for everything. Like,
Yeah,
I
same.
absolutely lose patience for literally everything.
I think that's why, and we talked about that before, why we became friends really fast. It was just like everyone around us at work was just like, I can't, exhausting. Exhausting is the
This
word.
is interesting that you bring this up.
And I can't do that.
Yeah, because, like, thinking back, I'm like, everyone else really was on this, like, this is, this is my job, this is what I do, and, like, very okay with, like, the, like, what is it called when something's just, like, it just keeps going, it's the same thing over and over again?
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Fuck,
but
you know
I
what I'm
can't
talking
think.
about. I feel like everyone was, like, okay with, like, how repetitive and consistent,
Like, mundane,
yes, like
like-
it's just so exactly.
Yeah.
And me and you were just, like, so on the same page of, like, what the fuck are we doing here right now? And, like,
Literally,
and
nobody wanted to have fun. It was just like,
yeah.
oh, you guys are boring me.
absolutely
You're
boring. Get me out of here.
You're boring, love.
You're boring, love. Sorry to brag it to you, but you're fucking boring. But yeah, so
You're fucking boring.
but I feel like, yeah, that's why we connected so much, because we were both on that wavelength of, like, this is so funny. Like, what are we
Yes.
doing? This is such a joke. Like,
Yes, it felt like I was in a weird movie where it was just
Yeah.
like, everyone was just like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
And I was like, are we all right?
are we literally all right? Is this a
Like,
sitcom?
are y'all good?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
That's funny.
But that's why we vibed, I think. And I like when people are like, not shit talking, but are you, like, can we get a vibe check?
Oh, just
right
being
now? Like,
honest. Yeah.
yeah.
People are not
And
honest.
I love that.
Honestly, guys, if you're having trouble with having people like you, just be honest and be yourself. Like,
Be honest.
I just feel like I said be honest and be yourself, but I have social anxiety, so sometimes I can't, and I'm like, they're like,
Sometimes
what's
you can
wrong
tell a
with
little
her?
white lie. Spice it
Right.
up. Spice it up.
But, like, I just find, and even now, like, more so, yeah, no, I don't know. I just think it's so key to just being genuine and honest, because that's when you're gonna,
No, it
that's when
is.
you'll attract your tribe of people that, like,
And
Yeah.
yes, literally. And do you know what? I'm going to let you guys in on a little fucking secret. Are you ready for it?
secret.
And I don't think I mentioned this to you.
Ooh.
But, so yes, we're getting spicy up in here. So, I've waitressed for the past, not like consistently, but yes, at the same time. Since, for the past like 2 years, right? When I first started, I would put on this like fake, like customer service type bullshit, whatever. And I noticed that I do so much better, like, because I'm making just money off of basically my vibes and whether I can provide you a drink, really. But I noticed that when I was a lot more real with my customers,
Yes.
like with my tables, like if I showed up and I was like, hi, what's up? Like, talk like my normal self.
Yes.
and be honest with them and be like, you know, like, don't get that, like,
I'm dead.
you know,
Yeah.
don't do that shit right now.
Yeah.
Don't get that from
Right.
here. That they responded way better,
Absolutely.
like, than me being fake. And then I was like, that's just how I'm gonna move through life then. Like, I'm not going to put on some, like, fake front.
Yes.
Because people like it when you're honest and you're upfront.
I feel like it's all about
Who doesn't
no,
like that?
absolutely. I feel like a big part in people enjoying who you are is being able to is relatability. Like if you think about the like
Yes.
comedians, like they're so liked because they're telling stories that show relatability, and that gives people a sense of
Yeah.
trust and wanting to actually well, to just trust you and to enjoy your person.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes total sense. That makes total sense. I love it.
Yeah, so just be yourself and everything will fall into place, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's what being in your 20s is about, is just be you, and you can stress cuz being in your 20s is about stressing and being emotional.
Yes.
But also just remember when you are crying in your car, listening to fucking Bon Iver,
Right.
is that how you say
Yep,
his name?
Bon Iver.
If you're listening to that, you know, you're making yourself sadder, you're like, oh, vibes. Just remember that, like just do you, and everything's gonna fall into place. And I'm just gonna go with that for the rest of my 20s, I think.
Yes, you answered my question. I was gonna end it with, what do you think your 20s are about? Or if you had to define it, give a piece of advice, what would that be? And you kind of just answered it. But
Basically what I just
Yeah.
said, and if I had to define it, like one word, so far, I guess it's 2 words, a mess. But it's fine.
ooh, you're funny. I like that. A mess. That's so
It's a mess, but it's fine.
Yes.
Like, we're all living in this, like, fucked up world right
Yep.
now. And, like, just go with
Yes.
it. We're all smart.
Absolutely.
Our generation is really cool, too.
It is.
So, I don't even give a fuck.
So
We'll be
I don't even
fine.
care. It's gonna be good. Yeah, I would say your 20s are about finding out who you are, finding out what you like, following your heart, and just staying as authentic as possible to yourself. Okay, not living for anybody else but yourself, because that's when you're gonna find yourself in situations that you don't want to be in. So yeah, that's what I think your 20s are about, just figuring out who you are, because we never really got the chance to. I wonder if anyone can relate to this. I hope you
Yeah.
guys can relate to this.
Yeah.
And if I had to give it a definition, I would say yours was really good. A mess. I love that. Mine would
It's
be
a mess.
Mistake. No, I'm kidding. It would be honestly, I don't even know. I think Leah's definition was perfect. A mess.
It's undefinable, to be honest. And the, like, one piece of advice for myself, for everyone, is, and it's really, really hard, especially with social media, is like, try not to compare where you are at right now
Wow, yeah.
with anybody else.
Absolutely.
Because, and I struggle with it too. Everyone does. But, like, wherever, just like, I don't know, like, go, kind of like what you were saying to me the other day. Like, go take a walk in nature, like, and it sounds like
silly, but
we're being cliche. But, like, go to the, like, if you live near the beach. If you don't, fuck you, actually. No, not really. But if you live near the beach, go walk on the beach, like, walk on a trail, and, like, by yourself, maybe listen to music, and just, like, think about, like, I don't know. I did it the other day where I, like, walked on the beach, and I was like, I'm okay right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good.
Yes.
Like, everything's fine. Everything will be fine. Maybe I'll cry, like, in 6 hours because I saw someone else get engaged on Instagram. But then I'll be fine again 6 hours from that. Like, it's just, like, an up and down pattern. But try not to be too hard on yourself.
Try not to be too hard on yourself, guys. Because at the end of the day, we are all the same bozos on the same bus. Like, we all die. We all get embarrassed. And I think the key is to just remember that, like, we all can seriously relate to one another. And some of us like to lie to ourselves or lie to other people about where they are in life or how they feel about life. But the reality is that none of us actually know what we're doing. We're figuring it out. We're doing it at our own pace. And it's okay. We're chilling. Thank you.
fine.
Thank you for listening. Down below in the oh, sorry. Making mistakes. What was I gonna say? Down in the description box below, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm gonna link our Spotify. We have like all of our links down there. I'm also gonna link a funny stand-up bit that actually about your 20s
yeah.
that a friend of mine, Michaela, she actually DM'd it to us in our you know what I mean, Instagram thing. But I thought it was really funny. I wanted to share it with you guys. So, Michaela, if you're watching this, thank you for sending that. I actually thought it was really funny. And if you guys want to have a little laugh,
Yes, thank you.
make sure to check that out below. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's podcast. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next Sunday with a new topic. And yeah, feel free to reach out to us, guys, to talk to us. Don't be scared. Don't be nervous.
Don't be
We
shy.
love it, and we love you guys, and we appreciate everyone who watches and listens. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. Wow.
Yes.